Good morning from America's newest booze leader on television. I'm your host, Kaiko Fujin. Pay your Geico bills with Kyle Dono. IVR. Advance light years ahead. Today's show is provided support by MerriweatherA.Law, advancing us with us S1L5. Quattro cliente preferencia. Verizon. Shop support my Verizon. Free 2-day shipping, in-store pickup on best price guaranteed. And shop Valentine's deals. Get a free LG K8V. New line required. Easy to love exclusively on Verizon. Better together. Buy an iPhone and get $200 off any iPad purchase at Verizon MerriweatherA.Law. Get 5 gigabytes for $55 on America's #1 network per month plus taxes and fees when you roll in auto pay. Pay yourself first. At Verizon MerriweatherA.Law. Cuatro cliente preferencia T-Mobile. Better than a tax break. Sign up for T-Mobile One and get unlimited data plus $150 per line and money back via prepaid card on all smartphones. You'll just pay $40 a line for 4 lines with auto pay, taxes and fees included. We've got 12. Yeah, we've got pets and total equipment protection. $13. Cuánto cliente preferencia? Sprint, our best deal yet. 5 lines for $90 a month. 5 lines. Get unlimited mobile optimized data. Talk text for just $50 a month with auto pay. Pay yourself. Need more? Get 2 lines for $9 a month. And add lines 3 through 5 for free. Savings until March 31st, 2018. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. And you've got pet total equipment protection. Would you like to know more about that? I would like to know more about TEP. Oh, absolutely. Call to order 1-866-275-1411. 1411. Maybe it's 12111. 888-211-4727. You've got Fifth Harmony. 211-4727. We must talk about total equipment protection on Sprint. Our sponsor, let's go over that brief overview. Total equipment protection, expert support, peace of mind. The most comprehensive protection and support available. Total equipment protection for your device. Enjoy coverage against loss, theft, damage, including liquid damage, and mechanical electrical failure, saving you $100 on a new replacement device. Eligible repairs will be either install or mail-in, depending upon the type of damage of your device. In most cases, mail-in repairs are ready within 5 days and install repairs are completed the same day. Total protection for your photos and videos. Sprint Gallery app automatically and securely stores your photos and videos in the cloud and keeps them available on your phone. This protects your collection and frees up your storage on your phone so that you can use it for more apps, music, and even more photos and videos. Expert support for your device, and support for your home, all via assuring total equipment protection. $13 a month on your Sprint plan. Have it billed. Yeah. It's just $13 a month. You get eligible repair, select locations, next day replacement, loss, theft, damage, and mechanical electrical breakdown, malfunction, 24/7 claims, automatic backup, online device tutorials, on-device support, protective alerts for your smartphone, and text experts, US-based text experts to help with device questions. You've got $12. Add $1 more. Add it to your account for $12 a month for the entire account. A Total Tech Expert available option for your total equipment protection plus subscribers. $12 per month for the entire account. Support for everyone on your account and 100 gigs of backup for Sprint phone on your account ensures your photos and videos are secure. And a Text Expert US-based support provides single source for your help with your account's Wi-Fi connected devices. Even the most difficult issues resolved 99% of the time. Only with Total Tech Expert. AT&T, wireless, and cell phones connections that count. Ready for an upgrade? Stream Saver is here. Same plan, same data, more video. Only from AT&T, Wireless. Heather Howard, JavaScript's molten chocolate everything. Indulge a sentence in a molten chocolate. Trio top with a mocha-infused espresso, whipped cream, and a drizzle of our decadent chocolate espresso sauce. Share one of these chocolatey delights with a loved one through Valentine's Day. I'm your new Valentine. Heather Howard's explore new coffee, savor old favorites. Shop now, heatherhowards.com. Support provided by Eric Mara. Adventure in your box. Get latest news and updates and offers. Sign up for our mail list and get free shipping on orders for $99 or more. 50% of all outerwear and fleece. Shop women, shop men's outerwear only at AWillustrator.com. 30% of all pants, capris, and jeans. Nesquik, discover happiness is in you. Banana, strawberry, vanilla, double chocolate, strawberry. We've got Kool-Aid, soft. Nesquik, only from Nestle. Code of conduct of U.S. State Judges, Canon 3, a judge should perform duties of the office fairly, impartially, diligently. You have X3. And Strasbourg, method acting, elective classes, acting technique, learn acting for film and television, events, commercials, method movement, playwright scripts, and improvisation, script analysis, sensory, Shakespeare, singing, singing 1, singing 2, Tai Chi, theater history, theater dance, voice, vocal basics. When you say, I say, only from West Hollywood, Strasbourg Academy, acting. So that is. And $13 a month, total equipment protection. Available from Sprint, Merriweather. Yeah, we've got it. We've got it. Look at Charles Ernst. Let's see what he has to say.
And we continue to be confident that
Verbatim, Jupiter, I promise to repeat.
Obama has proposed
We have total equipment protection.
a significant investment in modernizing
You got the increase.
our arsenal.
Total equipment protection.
To ensure that they remain modernized, effective, to
Don't
minimize
fall
the risk of making
asleep.
mistakes.
Don't
or
fall
accidents,
asleep. Don't
and to
fall
ensure
asleep.
that arsenal is in place to protect the American people.
To protect us.
But the
Verizon devices.
That the Vice President discussed yesterday would enhance our national
Ready to enroll. Call 1-800-584-3666.
Try to implement a policy to ensure that the United States of America is protected, even as we make some.
It's protected. Total equipment protection.
To reduce the risk of
reduce the risk.
Reduce the risk of an
reduce the risk.
Disaster. Reduce the cost to taxpayers as we reduce the stockpile.
Reduce the stockpile.
The resources that are necessary to.
It's $13, a dollar more.
In the category.
You guys got it. It's a dollar more.
Efficiently and effectively using taxpayer dollars.
We're in sleep. Every piece is protected.
We have seen some steps.
Every piece is protected from Sprint Total equipment protection. While you sleep, $13 a month. Eligible repairs of select locations. Next day replacement. Lost theft. Protect the United States of America. Damage or mechanical, electrical breakdown.
Has the United States ever engaged in malicious cyber activity in an attempt to undermine the leadership of another country?
Listen, I don't
24/7 claims. Automatic backup.
Cyber operations to talk about from here.
Online device tutorials.
That may not be surprising to you.
That might not be surprising to you.
Russia did, and our intelligence officials.
On device support.
The pushback I've read is, well,
Tech experts.
the U.S. does it too. And so, because we're not privy to that information, I'm always curious how we.
Would you like total equipment protection or total equipment protection plus?
When in fact,
Oh, give me the plush.
we certainly might be doing something similar.
Well, let me just say, as a general matter, with regard to
Give him the
Russia's
plus,
activity in the
$11.
context of the 2016 election,
Now give me the regulars.
it's not accurate to say
It's
that
$11.
the United States did it first.
We fell asleep.
What I can tell you is something that the
Don't
president
sit by
himself said, which is
exits.
that the United States
Don't sit by exits.
retains significant
Don't sit by
offensive cyber
exits.
capabilities.
Don't ride the
Those
subway.
offensive cyber
Don't sit by
capabilities
exits. Don't sit by exits.
are much stronger than the capabilities that are retained by any other country.
211-4727.
And
Don't
the
sit by
work to
exits.
ensure that we
Don't
maintain
ride
that
the
edge
subway.
continues.
Don't sit by
But what's
exits.
also true is, given the
How do we make a
advanced nature of our
claim?
economy, and given the way that our economy and our way of life is quite dependent on
File
the
claim.
internet
The internet.
and being able to
Being able
remain
to.
connected, the United States is
A
also
showing and final claim with us is quick and easy.
in this
Here's what to
realm,
expect. What happened?
in a way that a lot of other countries aren't. Which
Well,
makes
it was in
this a
pieces.
particularly
We
thorny
shall sleep.
policy situation.
Documentation. You need to fill out a form, upload
that
some
the next
forms,
administration is going to have to
verify
deal
your
with. Of course,
identity.
this administration has been
Then
very
shipment,
forceful,
once
not just in
approved,
developing
customers simply
our
receive a
offensive
device within
capabilities,
1 to
but
2
also
business
in
days.
strengthening and refining
And you're
our defensive
deductible. You can
capabilities.
conveniently
And,
pay your deductible online.
unfortunately, we've not gotten the support from the Congress that we would like
Why am
to
I paying
further invest in those
$12
defensive
in my sleep?
capabilities.
You got it.
And,
This is your claim form.
maybe the Republicans in Congress
Don't sit by
be more
exits.
receptive
Don't
to
ride
those
the
kinds of claims
subway.
made by a Republican president.
Don't
Because the
sit by
fact is the
exits.
country's been hurt by the failure of Republicans
Keep
in
phone
Congress
lower
to act on
to the abdominal
specific
area.
recommendations that we
Don't sit by
to
exits.
enhancing our
Don't ride the
cybersecurity.
subway.
Margaret.
Place phone in bag. Fasten zipper tightly. Keep phone near abdominal area. Today's 211-4727. Call spread. Good
I have
Lord.
spoken to the president about that.
About that.
Um,
Hello, Josh Ernst.
I know that there's a
I know
reference to
that
this
there.
in the statement that Director Clapper issued.
What time are you planning this device?
But he obviously has a longer leash when it comes to
MerriweatherA.Law would like to know the
discussing,
time.
classified information
What's the
or information
time?
that has been presented in classified form
What's the
to
time?
senior officials, including the president. I just don't have
What's the
that
time?
latitude. So, with regard to the decision about what to
What's the
include in a
time?
intelligence briefing that's presented to the president of the
What's
United
the
States,
time?
that's certainly something that Director Clapper can speak to.
Welcome. Let's get down to business. Get in touch. Call customer care at 1-888-211-4727. 211-4727. X4.
Detailed fact sheet put out underscores how much this dumping of metals has hurt American workers.
Today's date.
Is there any sort of sense of
Today's
regret in
date.
the administration not having acted earlier, given the amount of angst and rhetoric
Saturday,
about
February
not
11,
being
211.
by this administration, at least on the campaign trail?
Oh,
Well, again, I think when you consider the entirety of the record that I laid out at the beginning, I think there is no legitimate argument to be made about
let's get in touch.
the forceful efforts that we've undertaken
Let's get in
to protect and
touch.
protect the American economy from unfair
Hmm.
trade practices originating anywhere around
Originated
the world,
anywhere,
but particularly
particularly.
that is something that we have made
That
a
is something we've made a priority.
Our economy have benefited
in our
from.
economy.
With regard to the timing of this announcement, I would just
Now
note
tweeting
that
to the
there were,
public.
as I mentioned, numerous bilateral efforts
Absolutely.
by the Obama administration to persuade China to take strong
Persuade
steps to
China.
address the excess capacity in the aluminum sector. So that would explain the timing, which is we tried to work this out.
That would explain the phone number. February 11,
But we haven't shown any hesitation
4727.
filing cases in the WTO. The United States, under President Obama's leadership, has filed more cases
Good
in the
morning,
WTO
everybody.
than any other country in the world. And all of the cases that have been decided,
All of the cases.
that we have filed, are cases that we've won.
Absolutely.
So I think should be an indication of just how rigorous a process we pursue in protecting the American people and protecting the American economy, and most importantly,
Yes,
protecting the
absolutely.
American workers. I think
Verizon support. My name is Steve Consley. Verizon support. Yes, we planned it. Steve Consley, thank you for clarifying. We'd like to perform some additional tests to find the root cause. Please DM us as sleep.
So you're saying that the president's own
Yeah,
personal,
sleep.
attempts to persuade Chinese leadership
As
that's what led to this decision to file.
You've got
I
it.
think what you can assume is that
Steve
these
Consley,
kinds
he's the
of
EKU grad and a EKU dad. Trumbull.
Important enough to President
Thank you for
Obama
tweeting Verizon
that he
and
doesn't
the
hesitate to raise it with
NSA.
the
A
highest levels of the
slide.
Chinese government.
Yeah, I'm
And when we
sly.
don't see
He's a
the
sly.
kind of response that we would like to see on the timeline
Like to
that we would like to
see.
see it, then we don't
He's
hesitate
asleep.
to go to the World Trade
To
Organization and
go.
hold them accountable for their actions.
It's only $2 at
And thus
Rite
far,
Aid. Good Lord.
when we've done that, we haven't
When
lost
we've
the
done that, what have we
Leslie,
done?
You also had a number of announcements from State Farm, from Treasury, and then from the NSC here in regard to Syria, touting
Rite
first
Aid,
actions
pharmacy.
against Syrian officials for use of chemical weapons. Why did it take so long, given that your own releases acknowledged that there were attacks in 2013 and every year since the
Good
initial
Lord.
U.S. recognized attack that
Absolutely
nearly led
not.
to U.S. military action? Why now?
Well,
Why now?
first of all, I think it's
First of
important to
all,
understand that this is obviously not the only response. The
why?
United States did succeed in 2014 in working closely with
Barefoot
Russia
Contessa.
to persuade the Assad regime to declare the existence of their chemical weapons stockpile,
Barefoot
cooperate
Contessa
with an
on the
international effort
screen.
to secure those weapons and destroy them. And that obviously
Barefoot
is a step
Contessa.
that just enhance the security of the people in Syria who are facing the brunt of these chemical attacks.
La
But
Conte.
it also reduced
La
eliminated the risk
Conte.
that any of those weapons
And those
would fall
weapons.
into the hands of terrorists who
Hands
might
of
use them in other
terrorists.
places. So we obviously
Decadent
are pleased
chocolate cake for your
about the impact
gluten-free
of that step.
Valentine's.
What we have been
Only from Barefoot
concerned about
Conte.
since
Barefoot La
has
Conte.
been the willingness of the Assad regime
Filet mignon with mustard and mushrooms, roasted
weaponize
broccoli, and
those
Parmesan
legitimate
chives,
industrial
mashed
compounds like
potatoes,
pork,
chocolate creme brulee.
and use them to wreak
Oh,
havoc,
this looks so good. Look at
attack,
this
wound, and
starters.
kill innocent people, innocent Syrians.
Innocent Syrians.
And so
We've
that's
got a
why,
lot array of
again,
starters.
we've
Buffalo
seen the
chicken
forceful
wings,
response,
tomato
both in
feta
terms of the
salad,
priorities we placed in rounding up
tomato
and
feta
destroying
salad,
declared chemical weapons
config and
stockpile,
anguilla
but also
salad,
in terms of holding accountable
arugula and
at least certain,
parmesan,
financial sanctions,
crunchy
those who
iceberg
were
salad
involved
with creamy
in
blue cheese,
producing these weapons and carrying out these
parmesan
attacks.
and thyme crackers,
There have also been
tomato crostini and whipped
international efforts that have
feta,
been supported by the United States to have a broader international investigation into war crimes.
tomatoes and
the use of these
burrata,
kinds of tactics and the use of these kinds
roasted
of weapons.
figs and
So
prosciutto,
I think you have seen, I know you have seen a robust
onion and
response
fennel
from
soup,
the United States
gratin,
with regard to
herb ricotta
the use of chemical weapons
bruschettas,
that is commensurate
salad with warm goat
with the national
cheese,
security interests
hummus,
that this question
guacamole,
raises for
gazpacho.
the United States of America.
Oh, I want some
Administration has
gazpacho.
weaponized chemicals for years now.
La Conte.
Agreement that you referenced. In fact,
Put in reference.
violation, in essence,
Good morning.
of that agreement in many ways, at least in principle. So why now sanction?
Why now?
These are well recognized attacks, at least from a unilateral
Food
position.
Network.
Sanctions could have happened.
Paula Dean.
Well, with regard to the precise timing for
Paula
these
Dean and Matt
individuals,
Lauer
before I
interview.
refer to the Treasury Department, because obviously they have to do the forensic work
Oh,
to
we've got it.
determine exactly the most effective way to implement these kinds of penalties.
Paula Dean
This is
speaks out.
obviously,
I'm
something
not
that stems
a
from the
racist.
intensive investigations that they do in the financial sector.
I'm
and obviously
busy.
the intelligence
I'm not a
community
racist. I'm busy.
to develop these options. But it is
Josh Ernst, can
does
you
indicate,
confirm I'm not a racist? I'm busy.
another element of our forceful response on this matter.
So would it be wrong to assume
Why on a
that
bus?
U.S. attempts at
Why on a
diplomatic
bus?
efforts with the Assad regime via Russia
Why on a bus?
and
In
the long,
Metro.
drawn-out, ultimately fruitless
In
process
Metro.
is actually what caused the administration to pause before
In
acting?
Metro.
Look, I think you'd have to ask the Treasury Department for the precise timing. I think what is true is
In
that
this world.
Russia has failed time and time again to get their client state in line. They
Sunset.
refuse to stand up to them. They've refused
We have
to
a
persuade
confession
them.
from Tune Sunset.
And I don't know if that's because they
Barefoot
are unwilling to make a
Vacante.
forceful case, or if they're unable
$2.
to get the weakened Assad regime, their only client state,
They're
in the
only
Middle East,
clients
to listen to them.
to listen to them.
And that's been a subject of disappointment, and there have been a lot of lives lost.
There's a lot of,
But for why exactly that happened, I guess you have to consult with the Russians. Andrew.
EDU, Sharon.
Inspector General is going to investigate
LeConte. Google. LeConte, Westwood.
Supported or sanctioned by the White House. What questions do you think remain open about the FBI's
Good Lord, is this it?
behavior before the
Well, this is decisions that are made by inspectors general across the administration.
Across the
Are
administration.
independent.
Independent.
And this administration has assiduously protected the independence of inspectors general.
General.
And so we
Hello, Josh, breaking off the clock.
privately on
Can you
any
help
sort of
us with this?
investigative decision that's made by an inspector general. Presumably, the stakes are even higher for the
Presumably.
inspector general who has
Inspector
responsibility
General.
for
Or
conducting these kinds of
Santa Monica.
investigations of independent law enforcement agencies. So,
hello,
I
Ronald
can tell you
Brown,
White House is not
resigning
involved in
from
that decision.
office.
And anything the inspector
Route
general
105.
chooses to investigate is something that he will do.
Is Route
he or she
105 a
will do
confession?
based on their own
Is
view of
Route
the
105 a
situation, based on their knowledge of
confession?
the facts, and hopefully they will
Is Route 105 a confession?
follow the evidence where it leads.
Google,
if they
Metro
find any
Route
evidence.
105, Los Angeles.
aircraft carrier entered Taiwanese, not exactly territorial waters, but the air identification.
Route 105 on
I wonder
screen.
if you had a reaction to that, and if the U.S. government stepped in any way to kind of defuse
Good Lord, is this a confession?
I don't have a formal U.S. government response to
Formal?
that matter to share with you. We can
Ronald
see if
Brown,
there's
you
any
left
sort
on the
of
fourth.
reciprocal
104.
action or response from the U.S. With regard to that specific
Is Route 105 a
operation
confession?
that's carried out by the Chinese Navy.
City Attorney
What I can
Mike
tell you is,
Ewer.
we have long
LAPD.
encouraged both sides to look for ways
UCLA,
to prevent tensions
LeConte,
from escalating.
Westwood.
And we
State
believe that,
Police. Is this a
one of the tenets of
confession?
our
Route
general policy
105.
is to prevent tensions from escalating, both because we don't want tensions about that matter to interfere with our ability to work with China.
Vernon Station,
on
Metro
areas
Route
where we can do business
105.
together, but also because
Dash, Pueblo
obviously
de Rio. And Dash Southeast.
value our interactions with the Taiwanese, including with regard to our trading relationship
In
with them.
UPN.
But for
Ebola.
a more specific response
Ebola.
to this Chinese military operation,
Ebola.
I'd refer you to the Department of Defense.
We have a wafer shake with
reference to
Nesquik.
China policy? Are you
Left
drawing a line
flag.
between what Trump did with regard to the telephone call and what the Chinese are doing?
Good morning, everybody.
I think what I'm just
Well,
trying
we gotta
do
get
is
to Sean
research the
Spicer.
policy that we have pursued and the reason for
Thank
it.
you, Off
And
the
there are a
Clock,
variety of
Josh
reasons for it,
Ernst.
but one of them is that we
Thank you
believe
very much.
it's in the interest of the United States.
Interest of the United States.
For tensions in that region of the world.
In
to
that
not
region of the
escalate,
world.
particularly between
No.
China and Taiwan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the effective implementation of
Absolutely.
one China policy has been largely
Has been
successful
largely.
on that score. But obviously, the
But
incoming
obviously.
administration will have to make up their own mind about
Absolutely.
how and whether to pursue their relationship
Pursue the
with
relationship.
China and with Taiwan.
Thank you, Mr. Josh. Let's talk to Mr. Spicer. Video in progress.
Thomas Jefferson.
Data video.
Presidents have commented
February 9,
on judicial nominees.
2017.
I mean, the idea of one branch talking about or commenting on another branch is as old as our republic. So I don't know why, and I find it
I
interesting.
didn't know
when
why.
President Obama criticized the Supreme Court for its Citizens United comments in the State of the Union. There wasn't a
Stop
similar concern
requested.
about that. And there's the idea that this is a
Vernon in Figueroa.
Look, but at some point, it seems like there is clearly a double standard when it's how this is applied.
Next
When President
stop.
Obama did it, there was
Vernon
no
in Broadway.
concern from this briefing room. When he does it,
Next
it's
stop.
a ton of outrage. So
Vernon
I
in
just,
Maine.
with all due respect, I think the president's made very clear
Next
that he was
stop.
concerned about how
Vernon in
that executive
Avalon.
order in particular, which is what we're talking about,
Next
was applied.
stop.
And I think we've addressed it from
Vernon in
this briefing
Central.
over and over and over again that the U.S. Code
Next
gives the
stop.
president
Vernon in
very clear
Hooper.
authority to make this happen. Cecilia.
Next stop.
I want to make sure I understand what you're saying.
Vernon
You're
in
saying that
Compton.
demoralizing and disheartening was not specifically
Good Lord, is
about
this
the
the
president's
evidence?
comments and what he said? And if so, how does the president
Next
know this?
stop. Vernon in
I
Long
think the
Beach
judge
Avenue.
literally made it very clear in his comments.
Next stop. Vernon in
I
Santa
understand
Fe.
that Senator Ayotte, who was there, made it
Next
very clear
stop.
that he was
Vernon in
commenting, he was
Pacific
commenting in
Boulevard.
general about attacks on the judiciary. That was it, plain and simple. I understand that, Cecilia. I can
Is
tell
this
you
crowd
that
evidence?
Senator Ayotte, who has been with him on every single thing, was very clear.
Zone.
There's no
Zone.
So I understand that,
Zone.
and That is
Planning and
she's been very clear
zoning.
over and over again.
Good Lord.
Sean, that you're stealing me here.
Planning and
Sean,
zoning, Los Angeles
your
City.
answer about the context doesn't make sense when you think about what Senator Ben Sass said today and this morning on TV. He said that
City
he
of Los
asked
Angeles,
Judge
planning and
Gorsuch,
zoning.
specifically about the president's so-called judge tweet, and in response,
Phil, this is like the fourth time I've asked an
no,
answer.
but this is a different context.
Zamas.
Phil, I've
It
asked
asks directly about it.
I understand that, and I've said exactly what Senator Ayotte said about
Exactly.
it. Times you can ask.
I'm very excited to do today's show.
Sean, I'm going to continue.
Very
on this line
excited.
despite, what's happening there. Why isn't the White House, why isn't the president concerned about the influence or the appearance of the influence?
Very excited to do today's show. We're in savvy from head to toe. Take a look. Oh. I did everything you wanted me to do. It. You wanted.
There's been Obama administration or any previous administration. I'm talking about this president.
A ton, no best in stores. Audio view experience. I love a song.
He's authentic, and he's not going to sit back. I think when he feels very passionately about something as much as the
No,
executive
they
order,
planned it.
he was doing it to make sure Americans were safe. The order,
The order.
US code is crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
I think I've read it for like 3 days in a
Read it
row.
for 3
And
days.
it can't be any clearer how much authority it gives the president to do what he can to keep it
Do
safe.
what he can.
He's concerned that he's doing what he can to keep this
We
country
can't do
safe.
can.
And there's been a lot of
We
activity
can't do
to stand
still
in the way.
reserve.
So I'm not sure how many
We
more
can't
times
do
I
still
can read
reserve.
to you, but 8 U.S. Code 1182.
211 still reserves. We can't do still reserve.
Thank you. You've asked the question now 8 times.
One more. I'd like
Still
to ask
11.
I had several comments.
I understand. Thank you. Go ahead.
211 still reserves.
Sean, also from Kellyanne Conway earlier this week.
Let him go.
Earlier from this week, you said this is in context of the Nordstrom and not about what she was.
Still
counsel
reserve
about,
on the
but
screen.
about,
We can't do
speeches at
can.
CNN earlier this week.
We can't
Is
do
that the
can.
president doesn't comment
We
on
can't do
everything. So I
can.
wanna contrast
We
the
can't do
president's
can.
repeated,
We can't do
statements about
can.
Nordstrom with
We can't do
lack of
can.
comments about some other things,
We can't do
including, For
can.
example, the attack on Quebec Mosque and
We just
other
can't.
similar environments. Why is the president, when he chooses to,
Do you know?
We can't.
Before, because you just brought that up. I literally stand at this podium
Bud
and opened a
Light.
briefing a couple days ago
Bud Light.
about the president expressing his condolences. I literally
Bud
opened a
Light.
briefing about it. So for you to sit there and say,
Bud
I
Light.
know. So why are you asking why he didn't do it when I literally stood here?
Bud
and
Light.
I don't understand what you're asking.
Kellyanne's comment were-
We can't do this. We can't.
Time to tweet about everything. Right. He's tweeting about this.
Right.
He's not
About
tweeting
this.
about something
About
else.
I
this.
came out here and
About
actually
this.
spoke about it and said the
About
president
this.
spoke.
It's time.
About this.
You're equating me addressing
Spoke
the
about
nation
it.
here.
Newport.
I mean, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Okay, this is silly.
Newport
Okay,
cigarette.
On
Okay,
people,
okay.
and you're equating
Thank
the
you. You asked your
language.
question.
We can't.
Thank you.
We can't.
Not diminish the
Thank you.
language that you're using.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So one of the criticism levels at President
Rite Aid
Trump's
Pharmacy.
predecessor, President Obama, by Republicans was his excessive use of executive orders. The
Excessive
president
use
signed
of
3 more
executive orders.
today. Well, why
Today.
isn't that criticism applicable to President Trump in the same
CVS
I think you want to look
Pharmacy.
at the context of what they, what those executive orders did.
Which
and-
pharmacy would you like?
There's things that are within the bounds of trying to protect this country and ordering police officers.
Which
There's nothing
pharmacy
that I
would
think
you
even
like?
Democrats would complain, with the exception of the one that we've had conversations on.
Walgreens
Most of them are
Pharmacy.
widely praised by both parties to keep this country
Walgreens
safe, to get
Pharmacy.
jobs creation back. Most of them widely applauded. I think the difference with what President
Which
Obama
pharmacy
did
would you
was
like?
stretch the executive order to take actions that had largely been
Which
within the
pharmacy would you
realm of
like?
Congress, and to do things that didn't allow for prior input. The stuff
And
that
you're
the president's
done.
doing is
And you're
are
done.
almost entirely
Rewind the
highly,
Rite Aid, please.
applauded by both sides of the
Is this
aisle
the
and done
pharmacy of
tremendously.
choice?
There's a big difference in the context in which those two administrations
Those
operate.
two.
criticisms
Yeah, they want us
in
to go
addition
here.
that was that President Obama
Barefoot.
using those EOs was governing
Good Lord.
by executive fiat. He wasn't working with
Right.
Congress. Does the
Executive
president
heel,
plan
barefoot.
I think
use Congress
And,
in legislative matters?
absolutely, and I just mentioned both tax reform and repealing and placing Obamacare.
I know what you're
immigration.
trying
There's
to
so many
do.
areas where the president's
I know what you're trying to do.
literally just we held
I
up
know
this
what you're
briefing
trying to
about
do.
so that 8 United States senators could walk out and talk about.
Google.
And
Rhino
again,
Court.
that meeting, while it was focused on the judiciary,
Right,
they
okay.
talked about infrastructure. They talked about other priorities that they have.
It's in a
He has shown a
Contessa.
commitment to work across the aisle to bring folks
In a
in to listen to
consensus,
different
that's the right
thoughts,
place.
to get ideas on a legislative agenda that they can move together with. So
Blocks
I
what
think there's
causes
a
allergy
big difference.
symptoms and relieves nasal
Last administration sort of
allergies.
shunned Congress's role.
Only from
This
inner court,
administration,
in a
the
barefoot.
president is actively seeking their input.
Where are my
ideas,
shoes, Inna?
Democrats an agenda to move the
You
country
got it. We
forward.
gotta go, guys. We'll talk to you guys later.
Follow up on the tax,
Sure.
question. Because there are
This has been
revenue
CDMAYOR
elements
Credit Card
to the
Vote
Affordable Care Act, it is repealed and replaced.
X3.52.
There has been discussion on the Hill about what would be the appropriate track to get that into
53, I'm
tax
sorry, we gotta go.
legislation, or how to treat